What's up, guys? Darksean here. So I watched X-Men 97 episode 5 last night, and usually I don't do this whole, let me give my thoughts on a series or an animated series for that matter, but there was so much there. Like, I am having such a roller coaster of emotions that I had to do this. Normally, Muji and I decided that we're going to just do a recap or a cover of our thoughts on episode 1 to 5 together and how we got here and how we think it's going to progress forward. But it was too much. X-Men, it was just too much. I just had to come and I just needed a space to rant, and I decided, you know what, let me just make it a video anyway. So since I could not rant on my WhatsApp status or anything, let me just rant here for you guys to listen to, because I'm going through a lot. This shit had me messed up. you know the wrong ways. It was a good episode, but I'm just saying, like, I'm going through a lot and I just wanted to express it. So here goes. So the first thing I want to talk about isn't even going to be Miss Trifling and Mr. Misunderstood Hitler of Mutants. I'll get to that later. My first one is going to be Mrs. I just got back from having amnesia. Yes, Mrs. Jean Grey, who is here trying to, figure out her memories, piece things together after talking to Logan about how much she loved Scott and how much she wanted to show him that she was in control even though she had the Phoenix powers. What does she do after telling someone she knows has feelings for her? She toys around with him and then she goes on and does this shit. Now, we're all happy for our boy Logan for getting the dub. We're happy for him. But he then goes on to be the reasonable one and be like, that's not the rules. Yours, Jean Grey, he's Scott Summers. I think that's happened in the comic books before, Seth. But like, he just goes on to be the mature one and tell her, this ain't right. You don't just come back to amnesia. And because you're having issues with Scott, you come around and kiss me. Go talk to your Boy Scout, which is how things are supposed to be. I'm talking about this not because of this. I'm talking about this because of what she does after making out with Logan. She goes on to catch Scott making out with fucking Madeline Pryor, her clone. And then she gets upset about it. I'm like, what the fuck? You were literally just, lip on lip locking it with Logan. Why are you pissed off? At least Scott, you can understand Scott's road. He's been with this person for a while. She's the mother of his child. Like, that connection doesn't just break because she's a clone. You understand? Like, I can understand. Scott's one makes sense. Like, it's actually a normal reaction. It would be abnormal if he just discards her all of a sudden because she's a clone. You get that kind of thing. But my issue with Miss Trifling Amnesia, you fell in love with a piece of me. The fuck, why are you pissed off that he fell in love with a piece of you? It's you. And my issue is, you were literally making out with Logan moments ago. Why are you upset? What the hell? Like, for fuck's sake, can't Scott catch a break? And this just happens right after Scott literally has like his whole Kanye West, we're not gonna Jimmy Kimmel the situation. He just goes off on that reporter telling, because she starts asking personal shit, and then she's like, oh, I'm giving you a chance to express yourself, and then he's like, fuck you. Y'all want to see us fall, y'all want to see us stumble. Like, I actually understand his mindset and why he's upset. Dude's been through a lot, so definitely he's just like, bitch, fuck off. Like, I don't want to hear that shit from you, not what I'm going through, shit get. And he definitely did not need that from Jean. That's just my own opinion, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people would agree because it is factual. So yeah, so moving on. All right, so we move on to Miss Trifling and Mr. Misunderstood Hitler. Like, two of this romance, I don't know. Like, it is obvious Magneto is not for you. Like, how do you see Gambit and then you're picking Magneto? But then I understand, the whole she can't touch Gambit, but she can touch Magneto. I get that. I get that. I can understand that. I don't want to say why, but it's obviously implied. But like, still, the way she goes about it, she has been, secretly edging to Magneto. Then she finally goes ahead to break our poor Gambit's heart, our poor cool, crimson hair, crimson and black-eyed Gambit. She goes on to break his heart and tell him like, oh, I can't touch you, I can't feel you, you light up the world, but you can't light me up. Girl, I'm sure there is a way you guys can go around that. It is not all about the physical stuff. She was literally telling him, the reason why I want to end this is I can't be physical with you. That's what I got from it. And I'm just like, oh, don't be using that whole, oh, he offered me to be queen as an excuse of, oh, I'm going to be doing something better. You're not going to be doing something better. You are going to be doing something, something, but, I don't want to emphasize on that, but it just pissed me off the fact that this whole thing had to happen to Gambit because of what was coming next. Like, why would you do this to him? So, this whole part, and then they put on a whole show where she dances, and then they fly. They are flying and doing their whole ballerina shit, and then they lock lips when Gambit is in the room, and it's then she realizes, oh, Remy was right. Some things run deeper than just touch. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you kissed the dude in front of the dude. Like, you literally smashed his heart before you realized that. What is wrong with you? Why would you do that? But anyway, that's just my own thought on that. Like, that didn't make me happy, but I did enjoy watching it. It was good. It was good series, and I just wanted to rant about it, Joe. I didn't like it. Why should you do that to Gambit? So the final act is obviously my favorite part of this entire episode. I mean, forget that I've been ranting about it. I was actually enjoying it. And then this part, from when Cable appears, and then he disappears, and then he's like, I'm sorry, Mom. And then there's an explosion. I just get up, I'm like, okay, some serious shit's about to happen. And then it does not disappoint. In fact, it overdoes it a little too much, because how am I going from hating on Magneto, from stealing my boy's girl, to like rooting for him to beat that thing? Because the way he just goes, oh, get everyone to the garden, let's not live the rest of our lives asking how many we could have saved. That was awesome. Like, I had goosebumps watching that. And then Gambit and Rogue taking out Sentinels in the street, and then you see that part where Leech is like, don't be afraid, Callisto will find us, or Magneto will come. And then this other chick's like, oh no, but the X-Men, they are no friends to the Morlocks. And then boom, Gambit appears, and like from there, Magneto is just trying to defeat this thing, but it's too much for him. And then that thing tries to kill him, obviously tries to kill him, Rogue and Gambit, and then he protects them all. And then he tells Leech in German, don't be afraid. I wish I could say it in German, but my Nigerian accent will probably butcher the shit out of it. But like, he just tells him, don't be afraid. And then they die. Like, I don't know if Magneto is dead, but I know for a fact Gambit's dead, because Gambit saw that bet and then he raised it because he thought like the cards were always in his favor. But it didn't turn out the way we thought it would. And then he goes out with a bang. Like, that was... And this is just like mid-season. So what are they going to do for us next 5 episodes? Anyway, I've never done anything like this. I've never decided to pick up a mic and speak to a screen because of how awesome an episode was. I was entertained. That last act surely had me emotional because I love Gambit. He's one of my favorite X-Men. But like, it just leaves me wondering, where does this show go from here? Like, what are the remaining X-Men going to do? Is Cable going to come back? I saw a cat cameo. So like, what's going to happen? Is Magneto truly dead? What about the remaining survivors in Genosha? Like, how is it all going to play out? Anyway, that's the video. Muji and I are going to do a longer video for talking about episode 1 through 5. Like, we're just going to talk about it all and how we got here and where we think it's going to be headed. But I just wanted to get this one out there because that's how awesome episode 5 was. Anyways, you guys, that's the video. If you liked it, please give it a like, subscribe, share, and thank you guys for listening to my rant.